Good morning, beautiful people of the interwebs. It's Clint from Refinery here. Today we're going to look at user journeys, something that you've probably heard of, you might use, you might not think they make a lot of sense, or you might think that you're paying for something that doesn't really add any value. I'm going to challenge you on that, so let's have a look. Here's a dude who played a bit of tennis once upon a time, Roger Federer. Great guy. Haven't met him, but I believe he's awesome. What he does have is the best backhand I've ever seen, and I love tennis, right? So I used to watch a lot of that when I was trying to get better. I didn't ever think I was good as Roger, but you know, being a dude, I didn't think I was that bad either. Watching his videos didn't help me, but I still watch them. And I watched a lot of them on TikTok because that's where I kind of like to hang out. When I was younger, I also got into squash, and this lady, Susan Devoy, was a bit of a national hero in New Zealand, and I loved watching her as well. But she doesn't play anymore, so there's another dude who plays, Paul Cole. And he's a Kiwi. I've seen him live, pretty amazing to watch. And I started watching those kind of videos on this TikTok platform that I said so, right? So I'm watching tennis and I'm watching squash on TikTok. Backhand and squash and all kinds of things. And if you put the two games together and change the rules a bit, and make it for old people, which someone said to me, you end up with a game called Padel. And the algorithm introduced me to Padel because that's how algorithms work. You like two racket sports? Here's another one. And so I started watching a lot of this on TikTok, and I got engrossed in the game. I love the sounds the rackets make. I love the way it looked. And I thought, that's great. What a cool game. Let me find out some more. So I headed over to YouTube, and there were tournaments. I could actually watch entire matches and tournaments on YouTube. Getting a bit obsessed with the game, I really kind of only ever seen online and didn't really experience it any other way. So then I looked around and I found out where it was invented in Mexico. Cool, so they play it there. They don't play it in New Zealand, I was led to believe, because it didn't show up that there was anywhere to play. Okay. Alright, so it's a game that I'm never probably going to play, but it's online and I like watching it. So I watched more of it, because that's what you do, right? Thumb-stopping content, just watching more and more and more Padel on the internet, right, on TikTok. Then what happened is, looking out the window of my gym one day, we had a Padel court put in, and I was watching them build it. I thought, okay, well, it's there. Cool, I'm still not going to play. It's not another thing I don't need to go into, like another racket sport. I think I'm okay just to kind of watch it, so I carried on watching it. And at this point, kind of got the attention of my wife that I might have been a little bit obsessed with this game. And so Christmas was coming, and that's cool. And she decided she's going to have a look and see if she can find me a racket or a Padel. Is it a Padel or a racket? I don't know. These aren't the prices either, but she found it for me and she bought me one for Christmas. So I got a Padel racket, Padel. And because I got that, I also got some balls, which are different to tennis balls, okay, and a cover for it, because that's how you do the upsell. Awesome. I joined, the WhatsApp group, I joined the Facebook group, and I joined the WhatsApp group because I could then schedule games with people. So I lied a bit and said I was an intermediate player and got into a game and have played ever since with various people. And that's how it kind of worked. And it still works like that. So the user journey for this one was a bit interesting because I was watching TikTok. I was introduced by the TikTok algorithm to something, affinity marketing, if you will. Something that I'd never heard of before and probably would never have searched for, because why do you search for something you don't know exists? Went to YouTube, which is a search engine, found it, looked at long games, went back to TikTok, because that's where I hang out, did another kind of search for it, a proper search on Google, went back to TikTok, spent a bit of time there being obsessed, handed that journey over to my wife, like Christmas is coming. She went back into Google and did some Google shopping, went to an actual store, and bought it. So that store did nothing with this user journey, right? But it ended up getting the benefit. I joined a Facebook group. I joined a WhatsApp group to schedule games. And then when I play, I put it on Instagram to show the Insta life. Look how cool my life is. And what a great game. Come and play it. That's a user journey. It's a bit interesting that my one's got a handoff in there, but that's not a linear process. There's looking at things, there's affinity audiences, there's finding out and doing some search, there's looking some more, there's things that change in your environment. An actual physical court was put in, which kind of helped if you want to play a game. And a whole bunch of things led up to that purchasing decision and a change of my behavior, because now I play a game that I didn't know existed a year ago. Okay, bit slow in New Zealand, I guess. or where I am, I hadn't heard of it. So the user journey could look like this, right? I got hooked by social content, but it could be via an event, like the court that was actually put into our tennis club. If you're into technical stuff, it could be a white paper, it could be referrals from someone, you could do a podcast. Imagine that. Then you're going to do some research and find out a bit more about it. And if you look at a marketing funnel, awareness and consideration, which is the research phase, right? Then I did some more social content. I went back to TikTok. The paid search in this case would be the Google Shopping, which didn't result in a sale, but it led my wife to a store. The sign up would have been for me Facebook and WhatsApp, weirdly, because WhatsApp is the place where I get the information and I work out who to play with. And then that kind of journey continues, and now the other side of that is me talking about it, like I'm doing right now. And at some point, the sales cycle is going to finish. I need a new pedal racket, and that's the journey, right? And those rackets only last about 6 months, so it's an expensive little exercise. That is a user journey. It could also look a bit like this, where you've got the social. This looks like a marketing funnel, and events at the top, the search, getting to a website or a store to buy that cool thing, and then finding out more about it and leading you back around in a circle, right? That's the user journey. So how does it work? It ties in very simply with a marketing funnel, as I said: awareness, consideration, conversion, and then remarketing and talking about it and telling everyone how wonderful you think it is. That is a user journey. If you'd like to know more about user journeys, please get hold of me, clint@refinery23.nz, or check out the website, refinery23.nz. If you don't, be awesome, have an amazing day, and remember, you are amazing. Have a good one.